This is Paul McKenna for PT Boxing. I'm here today down in Manchester with me, trainer Joe Gallagher. How are you, mate? Okay?
Yeah, not too bad, pal. You, mate?
So, mate, press conference done.
Yeah.
Still good 7 weeks to go, but Anthony Crolla's next fight, May 7th, taking on his mandatory challenger Ismail Barroso. So, it's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight. He's one of the most avoided fighters in the division, if not in world boxing at the moment. Barroso, 19 wins, 18 by knockout.
Yeah.
You've seen what he did when he came over here and fought Kevin Mitchell. And Kevin Mitchell, like you say, he was a ring top 10 fighter, a good fighter, and Barroso had no respect for him, came in and did what he had to do. So obviously Anthony Crolla's world champion. He's got to fight his mandatory, and that's what he has to do. And when you're world champion, it's come one, come all, isn't it?
That's it. I think 95% of boxing people who know about Barroso is purely based on the Kevin Mitchell fight. Yeah. But obviously, as I'm saying, I'm sure you've watched a lot more of him, and his record states that he's a massive puncher.
He's a puncher, but not only that though, he's more than just a crude puncher. He's a good boxer as well. He's got good feet, not the fastest feet, but he can box on the back foot at times when he has to, and he's got long range work. But the fights that you watch when as a fighter hurt and up against the ropes, he unloads with plenty of power and plenty of bad intentions.
That's it. Obviously, he was confident against Mitchell. He upset the apple cart that night, and he's hopefully, he's hoping to do it May the 7th. But obviously, it's your job to not let that happen, and obviously for Anthony Crolla to keep hold of that world title.
Yeah, definitely. I think this has potential to be. Everyone talks about it, but I just think styles. When you look at obviously southpaw, Anthony orthodox. Anthony likes to sit in the pocket. He likes to box sometimes. And he just sometimes likes to get drawn into fights when he don't need to, and I just think somewhere in this fight, both of them have got to be stood there in the middle, letting shots go, and it's got potential to be a real good fight and one of the fights of the year this year. For when you've got them ingredients going to fight, a big puncher, someone desperate to win, and you've got a fighter desperate to retain that title and to carry on his reign as a world champion, and what's the next steps after him. Anthony Crolla comes through this Barroso fight. God, the world's his oyster, isn't he? And he'll be up there seen as one of the main world champions from the UK.
Definitely. Although people are sort of saying, Barroso's this big puncher, I think people are sort of underestimating how much Crolla's punching powers increased over the last 12 months, 18 months.
I think I've heard today that Anthony's a bit slight underdog. Well, that's suited us against John Murray, it suited us against Gavin Rees, it suited us against Perez. So I think the only time Anthony was favourite in a fight, he lost. So I don't like that situation. So but it gives Anthony. I think I'm glad this has happened today. Now Anthony's seen Barroso, gets in the gym. You have that bit of attention to detail, and we've got a lot of work to do from now till then, and to make sure that Anthony comes out with that world title.
Definitely. Also on the bill, three more. In Paul Smith if he ends up fighting on it. Jose Burton defending his recently captured belt in the British title. Yeah. I know that was obviously a proud moment for you, being with Ophi since a child, and great fight for him against Shinkwin. Come out in great fashion.
Great fight. I know it was lost on the bill because it was such a huge fight with Scott and Carl, but I thought that was a fantastic fight. And afterwards, people say it was one of the fights of the night. And Ophi Burton, I say, fought a good challenger, Miles Shinkwin, very good fighter, very former, very good amateur. And no one expected that from Jose Burton, but I've always believed in the kid. Him himself is a huge puncher, although his record doesn't suggest it, but the sparring partners that come and spar him and what we see goes on in the gym, I was 100% confident, and Shinkwin's tactics, I don't know what went on there, but like I say, it was a good fight, and I'm very proud of Jose Burton to become a British light heavyweight champion now, and now he gets to defend it at the Manchester Arena on Anthony Crolla's undercard. So like I say, every cloud has a silver lining, and Jose Burton was that silver lining that night.
That's it. Also, just a little bit of touch on Marcus Morrison. He mentioned up there he's the only one in the gym that hasn't got a belt.
Yeah, well, him and Callum Johnson, but hopefully that'll change by the end of the year. But like I say, he's only a baby, 22, 9-0. He had a good win last time out against the Southpaw. He's got a fight again now in the April show, and then he's out again then on the May show, and possibly for a title. So Marcus is doing really well. He's getting good sparring in, and I think kids like Marcus and Ophi, they're benefiting from. It was always a Quigg Crolla show, but now they've separated. Obviously, that's double the amount of shows in Manchester, and the next generation of kids are benefiting from fighting on the undercards regular and often in Manchester. And with that, Manchester amateur clubs are buzzing that they've got their own products headlining at the arena, just like the days when Ricky Hatton was. And very much in Liverpool, when you've got like your Pricey, your Smiths, and Callum and everyone fighting in Liverpool. It's all the Liverpool kids are busy because the kids, products and the kids are headlining at the Echo Arena, so it's great.
I don't want to touch on it, I don't want to speak about it too much, but just touching on obviously the big fight with Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton. Looking back on it now, obviously I'm sure you looked at the fight a few times.
No, I've not watched the fight yet.
No, you've not watched it back?
No, I haven't watched that fight back yet. I just know what I thought on the night. And
what was that? What did you...
No, when I got into the ring, I thought this is close, regardless what people say. There's a lot of well-respected people in the trade that were sat ringside that had it close. Some a draw, some Quigg point. And like I say, the night was a split decision, but but listen, everyone has an opinion. Like Carl says, arseholes like opinions, everyone has one. So that's it. But you've got to go on. You take the criticism, you'll take the good with the good and the bad with the bad. And the only thing is, though, the amount of people that came out that night, came down from the perches and off the shelves, that all had an opinion on me and Scott Quigg that night. I'd never seen them on Twitter the night Callum beat Rocky or Crolla beat Perez or when Quigg beat Kiko. So if you've got to give it one way, you've got to give it the other way. But listen, like I said, there's no point in crying about it. Just crack on, move on, and we've got a busy 7 weeks now, and we've just got to do that. Scott Quigg's well. I had something to tweet with him last night. He's gone on holiday for 2 weeks. He's been in the gym a couple of times, done a few sessions, and the plan is to get him back out fighting in September now. And obviously we're looking to fight for a world title, 2 world titles, and then try and get that Frampton rematch, Carl Frampton rematch. It won't happen this year, but if it means going up to featherweight and fighting him, then we're thinking, well, the plan that we've got for Scott, hopefully force him into a summer showdown over in Belfast next year. That's what I'd love, and we need to put right or wrong there.
Definitely, mate. Okay, well, on that note, thanks for speaking to us as always, Joe.
No
Pleasure
problem,
speaking to you, mate, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, Sam, thank you.
You.